Mammoth from
good
Twitch.
evening,
His name is
and
Manny.
welcome to. I know who the
Pacquiao.
mammoth from Ice
And
Cage is.
Manny Pacquiao is
That's who
Yeah,
I did
Cameron knew
know.
it.
a boxer slash kickboxer from Thailand. Thailand? Philippines.
Philippines.
Fuck, I don't know.
Good evening and welcome to another amazing
Hi, Twitch.
episode of Injustice, Second Star Studios production of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. We are joined this evening by the full cast of amazing
Also, I
characters.
Fuck on stream just
You
now,
can
so.
say fuck on stream. Yeah, no problem.
Fuck.
Yep. So we are going to hop right back into a rather tense moment. If you've been following along, I know you haven't because I've seen our Twitch views, but in case you watch later, we're going to go ahead and jump back into an intense moment. We're going to go ahead and have AJ give us a recap since he just watched the whole VOD like 3 times.
Extreme camping.
3 times, took notes. I have it
Just
all.
Just kidding. Anybody can jump in with a recap
I
with
had
the top
volunteered.
rotation
I
on that.
will happily do it.
Yeah, I thought
I
you
did
actually
just
would,
watch it.
I had volunteered before the
Oh,
stream.
okay, go right ahead.
Mason, give it to
Okay.
us.
So we started off last session in the chamber of Vice Manigal, who held the Life Vertex, an ancient being who, for all intent and purposes, was the last known kind of repository of knowledge, other than Catavias, from a time when the Veo still ruled the planet. We asked him some questions, found out that the name the Shapers was a name that what we knew growing up as the Weepers gave themselves as the custodians of the vertices when they took on the powers of the dead god and took over, kind of tending to its bodies. Every single one of the Shapers did hold at least one vertex, but there were only 7 held at a time, and that was actually at the time of killing the god. Catavias held several. We learned that Par Shakur was the original wielder of the Mind Vertex. Landra Roke was the original wielder of the Heat Vertex. Viker Amesan was the original holder of the Light Vertex, and so on, right? Like, we kind of prodded, asked questions. At a certain point, Kijani realized that it was taking Kindler a little longer than he would have expected to get tea for the party, and he snuck away. Unfortunately, and if one of you guys would fill me in on the conversation that happens between that, I was pulled away from the rest of the party at that time to kind of witness what was going to happen. I do know that we were told that the Hexalin were originally chosen as champions of the Veo, so before the Veo died, they would give these powers to mortals that would be high priestess, people of the land that would carry out their will. So while we were told it was a blood curse that the Shapers put upon the people of Astropor to get around the rule of the Sphinxes, it turns out that it was also something that Veo could do by choice. So maybe it's something that has to do with the corpse, maybe Catavias, we're not sure. And we also had a conversation with Vice that matter is the last, that 8 of the vertices, more than ever hold in history, are currently being held by living beings. Vice does not know what fuels the Triskela, only that it exists, and there is no permeable way around it for those who are born under it or even enter it. He did not mention that he had experienced subverting it. Kijani takes that to mean that he had never been to Astropor during the time of the Triskela, because he didn't mention that. Vice believes that we need 9 holders, 1 for each of the vertices, to reconstruct and destroy the old Veo once more, and then once that's done, its will over the planet, or over Mythanos, will be done with, and no longer, something that they have to worry about. There are shards of the Veo scattered about Mythonos. A lot of them in the sanctuary that Vice kept himself in, one of them in Kijani's pocket. We don't have to talk about it. One of them is the crown jewel of the King of Baladesh. Who knows how many of them are going to be more jeweled substances, but we were able to get that from Vice. As that was wrapping up, Kijani entered a cone of silence where he saw Aoife, another one of the apprentices of Vice, talking to a almost bisected Kimler Loquin, who had this massive fossil of a dragon dropped on his spine. It looked like she was saying, and this is something that Vezran caught through lip reading, it looked like she was saying, oh, you pompous mages, you think that everything can be done so much more easily through magic. Sometimes it's easier to go the old route. She was gloating in a way, and as tensions began to rise, emotions began to build, Vice looked at the group one by one, patted little Kijani on the head, and gave up the life vertex, transferring it to Kimler as he became dust. A fight ensued, and Aoife was defeated. Topharos and Oleander are trying to get Kimler back on his feet as they severed his spine and are now watching his little baby legs, like Deadpool style, regrow. Brand new lower half of his body, and Chokai and Serdwin are currently trying to keep Aoife alive, while Kijani viciously and viscerally slashes at her throat, trying to end her life. And that's where we're at.
Indeed, we are still in initiative. For the purposes of making sure that things go in a equitable fashion. AJ, did you have any follow-up questions to the events that have transpired, or does anybody have any follow-up questions?
I'm good.
Awesome.
We are currently Kimler's lower half is covered by a blanket.
Yes, that's true.
And Lodak is thinking warm thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Who's Lodak?
No, I don't know. Not in this campaign.
That took me too long to catch.
I wouldn't have caught it and would have done it again if you had not said it.
So the only thing you didn't mention, Mason, is it did appear throughout the fight. Maybe Kijani didn't notice this, but someone did. That Aoife was trying to
Buy time.
buy time. Yes.
Yeah, you
delay.
specifically said Johnny did not notice that. It was only
I think it was
Vezran and Serdwin.
It was
Oleander, I think.
Serdwin and
Okay, wrong.
I want to say it was Serdwin and I don't think it was Topharos. It was Serdwin definitely.
I think it may have been Vest, but either way.
What's the question?
You noticed that Aoife was trying to buy time.
Oh yeah, I did notice that.
Okay.
I remember. Probably.
Great. Alright, in that case, we'll go ahead and jump right back into it. We cut off at this point. I believe it is Kai's turn.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity to do something to either prevent the death of your captive, or encourage it. I don't know. So we'll go ahead and get right back into it.
Sure. So, Kai's gonna look at Kijani and say, "Do what you will, but we can get plenty of information from her, and it's very valuable to get it if we need it. Which we might need it. You don't know. If you kill her, none of us will ever know." And he'll try to heal her.
Do I get a chance to respond?
Um, sure, you can respond vocally. Yeah.
There are ways to speak to the dead.
Restricted and limited. Sure, we can kill her after we ask her while she's alive, Kijani. And we'll try to heal.
Okay. You're using your healer's kits, just treat wounds.
I suppose that's the correct action to do.
No, treat wounds isn't. He can't. He did. I did not use battle medicine for him last time, so he could try. I did the stabilize, administer medicine. Action is the one that stabilizes. But
Yeah,
I did not use. You could use
battle medicine.
battle medicine.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
try
yeah.
and-
Okay, so the stabilize.
That would
You
put
didn't
her-
succeed on this check, right?
Yeah.
It's equal to her divine.
Correct.
You failed. Okay, so you could attempt it.
Alright, so medicine check, same DC for treat wounds, which I don't remember what that is.
15.
15.
Okay. Doesn't remove wounded. Okay.
And she's bound, correct?
Yep.
The other action, AJ, is tied to the healer's toolkit on your item sheet. And it's administer first aid is the other one. If you wanted to see what that was.
Ah, you rolled the same thing again, which is also unfortunately a failure. But not a critical failure, so it will not hurt her, but you're unable to effectively stop her from bleeding out. She is still actively dying.
And then Kai will look up at Kijani again and say, "You're making it very difficult for me."
Kijani's not looking at you. He's looking right at her.
That's fine. I'm looking at you.
Stop looking at me.
You were going to be seen.
Theridwin.
Sarah will cast heal.
Okay. That should do the trick, I suppose. Yep. So roll that. 7.
Yup.
That's pretty good.
Okay. She is prone, restrained. I'll go ahead and add
And probably grappled because I'm holding on to her.
restrained. Prone, restrained. Grabbed is the
Terminology.
yeah, in this game. Grabbed, wounded, and off guard. As she coughs coughs up a bit of blood.
Sarah will, as he's holding on, behind her, will say in her ear, "The plant wants to kill you. I think you have information we could have. Let's talk." And he'll look at Kijani.
Kijani is like feral. Like you see the front of his face, as his teeth are gnarling, kind of begin to morph a little bit, almost like a wolf's snout.
Okay. She looks appropriately terrified. We're gonna go through at least one more round of combat before we break into kind of looser encounter mode. Combat. I shouldn't say combat. One more round of encounter. So that everyone has a chance to. My dog is barking at the squirrels.
Those fucking squirrels.
Fucking squirrels, man. Okay, Johnny.
Kijani will. Kijani will like attempt to breathe, take deep breaths, and not let the like
Okay, make a breathe
need
check.
to-
Just kidding.
not let the need to like survive just like take over, as he sees his friends are obviously trying to do something else, and he'll kind of like get up close to her and just kind of like crouch and bare his claws right towards her throat. If you cannot talk to my friends, I will end your life. And I'll pass my turn.
All right, Oleander.
The only way that I know how to focus on my vertex is by doing this. So I do this.
Okay.
I'm still just in the mindset of he's losing body heat. I'm trying to at least provide that's because I can't do any. I don't think that I can help him any other way. And I'm also trying to get in the mindset of trying to explore this too. After talking to Vice, trying to I'm just narratively trying to figure out the vertices a little bit more.
Sure. You can notice that his lower body is regrowing beneath the tarp. Has been placed over him
oh shit.
to
I
replace
see
to
it.
protect his modesty. But as you can see through it, it's not at all like Deadpool. It's more like, I don't know if you've seen the anime Undead Unluck, but basically his femurs are growing, and then outward there's muscle slapping into place,
I know it vibe. Oh gross.
and then like skin is slowly climbing down from his torso to cover that. It's
But I'm
really kind of
watching
from
it in,
a
like,
inside out sort of effect. Yeah.
heat vision though, so it's not as gross but I could imagine.
yeah. But it's taking some time. It's not quite that quick. Like he's not.
Oh yeah. I'm also like doing the best that I like. It's awkward, I'm sure. I'm trying to break the tension a little bit, I think, with him.
Yeah, just tell a joke.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, next that brings us to her.
You're often.
She looks around at the four of you surrounding her, and her eyes continually dart to the window in the top right corner of the map. What do you want to know? That'll be it for her turn in this last round of everyone getting a chance to do something. Tofros, anything for you?
This is largely for flavor,
I like flavor.
but I'll take out my healer's tools and like try to start using like whatever cloth I can use to like start wiping like blood off of him.
Kimmler?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he appreciates it. You like hand him some gauze, and like he speaks with a very, very soft, very reedy voice. He's still in an incredible amount of pain. His eyes are incredibly dilated. He's got cold sweats. But he reaches out and takes the cloth from you. Thank you. And wipes off his face. He's still shivering, almost like it's just his body's in panic.
I'll look over to what's going on with Eve Willerroot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like we're far enough away that we probably can't necessarily hear conversation. But I guess from my Is Siri and Kijani and Vestring obscuring her enough for me to not know that she's alive?
No, you could see past them. Like,
Okay.
And we would know that he cast a spell, too.
Okay.
who? Oh, yes, Ceridwen.
Okay,
Ceridwen cast
so-
the heal spell.
So the last thing I would do is ask Kimmler what happened.
As I was leaving the chamber, I heard a groaning metallic sound, and then I heard nothing. Eerie silence. And then it hit me. Came crashing down. I passed out almost immediately from pain. I think she was talking to me, but I couldn't make sense of it at all. Why would she do this? Is that a future?
No. Yep, that'll be all.
Best friend?
Vestern will lean down and place a hand on Aoife's shoulder and say, now, there's no reason to be afraid as long as you're cooperative. And I will cast Touch of Obedience.
Okay, she makes a save of some kind.
Let me see here. Target attempts a will save.
Against your spellcasting DC. What is your spellcasting DC?
Where do I find that?
Go to the magic wand.
Spell DC is 14 plus 4, 18. that
That's
right?
for your that's for your seer elf ability,
Oh,
which is a charisma ability.
If you
Oh,
cast
18.
the spell, it might. Yeah.
18.
Yeah, see how on all of your other spell categories it also has a spell DC right beneath it.
Yeah, I see.
So yeah, 10 plus your intelligence plus trained. The reason that your seer elf is different is because racial abilities are always keyed off charisma instead of intelligence. So it's 4 worse.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, that's basically what I said. I said 14 plus 4, which is 18.
That's true. That's true. But the plus 4 is your attack roll with that kind of. The dice to the right is your roll to hit with that kind of spellcasting. So it just so happens that in this case you were not wrong, but very wrong about how those things work.
That's
I didn't want you to learn the wrong lesson from how to read that.
It's already been learned.
Great. Her eyes dilate and then quickly contract. Her irises contract. She shakes her head and looks at you with even more fear and distrust now. Seems that she was able to shake the effects of your spell, and she is shook. She's shook.
So that was a success or a critical success?
Oh, great question. She, against 18, she critically succeeded.
Wow. Good for you, Aoife. That's impressive.
She did not roll a nat 20, but she rolled enough to beat it by 10. Anything else for your turn after stepping forward? Well, you didn't have to step, so you just used the 2 action activity, so you have one action left.
Correct. Um. mm, I'm going to cast Charming Push as an arcane focus.
Okay.
Spell.
Take a look. What does this do?
Oh, sorry. How do I call it to the?
Just cast it. Yeah, click the cast button. It's blue.
Sorry.
No worries.
Working on it. Working on it. There it goes.
Push target's mind to deflect their ire. Okay. Aha, that is a failure, but not a critical failure.
Target
now-
can't use possible actions against you. So as Vestrin has her hand on Aoife's shoulder, and she notices that her vertex wasn't effective, she immediately casts Charming Push and just kind of gives her a little like wink and a nod.
This woman is very confused. Her own emotions playing tricks on her. It's a roller coaster. She's
Roller coaster.
she's
mean-
slightly aroused.
Vestrin's very attractive.
Yeah. Okay, that would bring us to Kai.
I will look at Kijani, look at her, and say, really, we just need to know why any of this is happening. And I suggest you answer honestly. You're smart enough to see the situation you're in.
She looks at Kijani. Smart enough to know I won't be surviving anyway.
That depends on the information you give us.
I somehow doubt that. Do you think my loyalty is so cheap?
No. Maybe your self-preservation?
I knew the risks. We're gonna end encounter mode at this point.
If she has not given any information by the time it would get to Kijani's turn, he will attack her.
We're gonna end encounter mode and enter a more organic roleplay scenario where we're not keeping track of turns. But so to start that, I'm gonna Saradwin and Kai are on either side of her right now. Saradwin is holding her, and she's also bound by ropes. She is wounded, but not dying any longer. She is under the effect of Vestrin's mental meddling. As Kemmler is slowly knitting himself back together. He's in no state to participate in interrogation or even really answer any of your questions. He kind of he's been propped up on his elbows as his body heals, and he just kind of
I'm
lets
behind
himself
him.
back.
Yeah, that's the kind of
Okay.
where I've been holding him actually.
And he just kind of falls back to sleep. Yeah, you could probably lay him down, but that's up to
I
you.
will.
What's Tofros? What's the duration on your spinning metal death aura?
Until I fall unconscious or let go of it, which I don't have any need for right now.
Okay. All right. So I believe she has just let. We'll go back and say that again. Do you think my loyalty is so cheap?
Maybe your desire to preserve your own life is strong enough to cooperate. I'd like to give you that opportunity to choose, and then from there, my friend can take it away.
I was going to say too, I'd like to, if Kijani could sense motive on her eyes darting to the window.
Sure.
What
Go
is
ahead
sense
and-
motive?
It's a blind perception check.
Any weird heat-related things?
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay. You didn't though.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I mean, definitely suspicious. She's not really hiding it very well. She's waiting for something. She thinks something's going to happen.
Kijani will, without trying to dig his claws into Chokai, turn around and like kind of climb up Chokai and try to whisper in his ear. He is waiting for reinforcements, something from the window. If we give her time, she might escape. And he climbs back down and gets back into position.
I look at Vesrin. Do your magic, your thing. Work your magic. Maybe not your exact magic. Talk to the woman, please.
I'm sorry. What are you waiting for?
And Kai is going to. Where's the window? In my brain, I thought right here ish, like
Yeah.
on this side.
It's
Oh,
up in
that
the
window
top
up there, the
corner.
one that's actually on the map. Okay, great.
Window.
Sorry, I was zoomed in. This is big map.
He said
Um,
the one that's actually on the map.
Can I climb back up to the top of this here?
Oh yes, to the top of this, for sure. I mean, it
Okay.
takes you some
Okay.
time, but you can do that. Yep.
Can I hold an action to claw strike if anything happens to the window? I want to slit her throat as soon as she has a chance of freedom.
Yes, you can. I think that's how that works in this game.
You take 2 actions to ready a reaction.
You take 2 actions to ready a reaction. You provide a trigger. Yeah. Your trigger is anything happens at the window.
If she has any reinforcements if anybody enters the room that I'm not familiar with or am wary of, Kyle is one of them, I am sending my claws towards her throat.
Okay.
Kyle and Elena and anyone I don't know.
So anyone is really right. Who? Mally is the
Mally,
only
yeah.
one, but
Mally's the only one I trust.
but Kyle's a
Johnny's
shapeshifter.
mom.
But Kyle's a shapeshifter, so anyone.
She's
know that
specifically
about
looking
Kyle.
at the window.
Okay.
Yeah, why would Kyle
Kijani
make
is
an
more
entrance to
concerned with the window, but if anyone like comes in the other entrance as well, yeah, sure. If anybody enters the room right now,
You're
blood
gonna
on
slit her throat.
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
He's going to try to slit her throat.
Try to slit.
Serdwin, would you like to ready a reaction?
I already shield block.
Oh, you can block for the people. I don't think that's a thing.
You can.
You can, but not. I don't know if that
You have to have
might be a
specific
feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the bag of money?
Sorry, what?
I think Kijani kept it because he's the least likely to spend it.
You're right.
No, I
Sorry,
think
I was just-
it was put on.
that
It
was
was
a- that was a-
me.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
it was put in
Cyrodiil,
Ceridwen's care.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were worried that because you were the least likely to spend it, you also might be the least likely to keep track of it too.
True. Yeah.
So like care
Yeah,
about
no,
it. Yeah.
Sarajin
That's
has
the
the
most
bag of money.
Oleander thing I've ever heard, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about murdering this woman,
Yeah.
and Will's like, "Yeah, where's the money?"
No. So I have my reasons for that too.
All right. Yes, Kai. I keep wanting to call you Kijani. Chokai, you can climb back up to the top of this easily.
Choki Jenny.
Great. I would like to do so, and is there any way where I feel like I could get to it? I know that like there's actually an entry here,
Yes.
like an entry point, right? I don't know. I'm asking plainly if there's any type of way that I could potentially get up to like peak. out
Are
the
you
window.
trained in athletics?
Maybe actually.
It's a pretty substantial height.
I am trained in athletics, yes,
You are? Okay.
and
So
acrobatics.
I'm going to. Can I would like to reach into my pack and grab my grappling hook and a rope. And
Is this prescient
Give
planar,
it-
or you have a grappling hook and a
no,
rope?
I can let you know right now that everything that's currently in my pack I bought before the game started.
Okay.
A lot of kits include
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
that.
and they don't include a grappling hook, but there is no
Oh,
kit for
you-
kineticists, and I have no need to buy weapons, so I bought a whole bunch of stuff that just wasn't weapons.
Oh yeah, no, grappling hooks are fun.
Yeah.
I think I did too.
Okay. You can pull out a grappling hook from your bag.
And so, can I also climb up this, or is this a monks only type of ride?
You can climb without making a check. It just takes time.
You must be this monk to ride.
Yes. Okay.
As you all are climbing this, it's probably going to be. It's like a. Well, so we decided it was 30 feet up. You can only move 10 feet per round. Climbing. Oh no! You can move 10 feet per action climbing. So you can get up in a round. Just use all your actions to get up here. So it would take you 2 rounds to get up here and then pull out the grappling hook and hand it to Chokai.
Okay.
So during which time the Eva is continuing to look at the window.
Vestrin's already asked her about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Repeat your question. Got taken out of.
No worries. Vestrin said, I'm sorry. Are you expecting something from the window?
She looks you dead in the eye now, very intentionally trying not to look at the window. No.
My dear, you're a terrible liar.
That's Sid, sorry. It's too late anyway. It doesn't matter.
Unless you want my plant friend here to exsanguinate you, I would start being truthful right now.
I've already told you. I know good and well you're gonna kill me anyway. Might as well speed it up. She says with a little bit of a quaver and not a whole lot of conviction.
With a whole quarter note?
Vestrin
Sorry.
says.
You said quaver, not quiver. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Vestrin looks at Kijani in the eye and winks, without Aoife
Oh,
seeing,
no.
and says, "All right, give her what she wants."
What did you just
Badly.
do?
And Kijani will lunge at her throat, trying to do non-lethal damage.
Okay. 2 things. Go ahead and make your attack. I guess, right?
And by non-lethal, I mean he's going to try and He's
Yeah,
going
not-
to try and do an attack at her, like almost like slashing, but instead, and like not really grappling her, like grab her by the throat and push his like claws into her throat, but then like stop. And
So
then
you have to
he'll
not
look at
use
us.
your claws. it doesn't matter. Your attack roll is the same. So your unarmed attack has the non-lethal trait. If you open it up, you can see has non-lethal. You cannot attempt to make a non-lethal attack with a.
That's not true. You can always make a non-lethal attack. It's just at a penalty.
I don't
The
think that's
non-lethal
true.
ones.
It's the other way around.
Non-lethal ones. No. Read non-lethal. Non-lethal says you do it without a penalty. I'm pretty confident. You can use a non-lethal weapon to make a lethal attack. So it doesn't get that.
I thought to make it lethal was like a -2 penalty.
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
With a non-lethal weapon, if you
Non-lethal.
want to be lethal,
you're
there
right.
is a penalty.
Yeah, you're right. Non-lethal. That was the other side.
Yes, it's the other direction.
Oh, so it's -2 either way.
well,
If
no.
you're using a non,
An attack that doesn't have the non-lethal trait can't be used to make a non-lethal attack. You
I
cannot
don't think that-
intentionally not kill someone. You
Gotcha,
might
okay.
happen to not kill them by happenstance, by chance.
Mm.
But with a weapon that doesn't have the non-lethal trait,
No,
you can't declare.
I-
Okay, I don't care what the rule is. That's what I'm saying right now. I'll check it later. With a weapon that doesn't have the non-lethal trait, you can't attempt to make a non-lethal attack. I'll check it later. So you can use because you have the unarmed attack, and that's the same for you. And that is
Yeah,
basically
I
what
could
you just
still, like-
described. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can absolutely just attack her, and if you deal enough damage to kill her, she will become unconscious instead.
Oh wait, that's a pub. Damn it. I want this to be impactful. I'll use your point.
Okay. She still has enough kind of wriggle to avoid that first attack. Sorry, no, you used a hero point, so erase that retcon. Yeah, absolutely. Rush up, grab her, sink your claws in, squeeze her neck. She lets out a squeal. Roll damage. Roll damage on that.
And I'm kind of just like holding her head up and like staring at her, but I'm not really looking at her. My eyes are right at her like eyes, but I'm like looking at Ezra. Just like
Look, I don't know that much. I don't know that much. I'm just waiting for a signal.
You had better start speaking now.
At that point, Sarah will
Now!
like release her and stand up and
Okay.
walk away.
The person who had healed her and kept Kijani from killing her has just walked away.
as her body like falls and her weight kind of grows, like Kijani's grip kind of tightens. Now he knows Sari's not there.
Okay. Make an intimidation check for me, please.
Which of us?
One of you can do it, the other can help if you'd like. You can decide between you.
I have a +4.
Same, so why don't you make it and I'll help.
Okay.
Alright, so both of you roll intimidation.
Blind GM.
Mm-hmm. Okay. With... it would have been... You can't have known.
Better the other way.
Yeah.
It would have been the other way. They were both very close, but you were like a point away from a critical success had it been... Anyway, it is still a success, and she is terrified. This was supposed to be an easy job. This was supposed to be... I was posted here 8 years ago. I've got natural talent. I'm good at what I do. I graded myself with Manigal's apprentices. I was told that he was out of commission. I wouldn't ever actually have to deal with him. Just the apprentices would have to kind of stay here and wait.
Wait for what?
For you.
And do what with us?
There's a pretty good chance that you'd seek out the other Vertex holder.
Who sent you? Who hired you?
Woman named Donika.
Walking.
Wait, why does that name familiar? Hold on.
Because
wait.
she's the other witness that was there the day that
She's one of the
fucking
witnesses.
we ran
Oh,
away.
she's the one who tried to. She's the one
She's
who
the one
tried
who
to.
puppet mastered.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Kijani's grip. Kijani's grip closes.
All right, make an attack roll.
Man.
Vestrin says, Dunique. Oh, bloody hell.
Tempest,
Why?
mm,
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, we need like 3 more.
mm.
Oh, I was trying to copy paste. I'm sorry.
Man.
All right, she has 1 hit point left. I will tell you.
Man.
In this moment, Kai and Topharos have got the grappling hook situation sorted, so we'll go over. We'll slide up to the top of the map and see.
Oh god.
Very appropriate. Oops.
Okay. And she's still alive. Okay. Well, she might be still alive. We heard that from across the room.
Sure.
Okay. Great. Who's up for having a like Kill Bill style kill list right now?
No.
I've already started one.
Wait till the back of Sergeant's shield.
And 2, we have to go collect these bins.
Sure. Just along the way, if we happen to run into Miss Dunica.
Oh yeah, there's no reason that she needs to stay alive.
Kai, are you doing anything with the grappling hook?
So I would like to try and grapple, I guess, my way up to the chain that's holding on
Yeah.
the bit of this.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me. Isn't that what grappling hook says?
Yes.
Plop plop.
There's no way that I could aid him in this grapple check, is there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
With this, unfortunately,
Clang.
it doesn't hook properly around the chain at the top.
What the fuck is the DC for that shit?
This is Pathfinder. 17 is not
You-
incredibly high.
You now know that you failed
Sure,
it.
but just a little fucking
Or was it
grapple.
supposed to be? Was it supposed to be going?
AJ, if you'll read the item grappling hook, it tells you what the typical DC is.
Oh, okay. Is that on my
okay,
character sheet now?
I think in this
I don't know,
particular
actually.
situation,
Oh,
I
I
am
have one.
capable of helping him because the grappling hook is made of metal. And this particular ability that I have does not require it to be a unworked version of it.
Okay.
Of
You're
using
gonna-
base kinesis.
Base
Let's see.
kinesis?
Yeah.
Alright.
It
seems-
gives
fucking
bonus of +1 or
20?
2.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna
That's
use
yeah.
the I'm
rolled
gonna
a
use the
17.
move option
Oh,
Are you gonna help him?
to
Okay.
to move
He's
to,
just
to
gonna-
move
he's
the
just gonna do it.
to move the grappling hook in the direction that it needs to go to hook onto the chain.
Can you literally Magneto telekinesis this, or what's the?
Move an existing piece of the element up to 20 feet in any direction. If you bring it into your space, you can catch it in one hand. But I'm moving it not in my direction.
Yeah, make a This requires like a little bit of finesse, I guess. You're doing it in tandem with him throwing it.
Yes, but because this is an impulse, I would have had. I need to channel elements, which I could have done since I knew he was going to do this anyway.
Okay.
So I'll just make sure I have it on.
Topharos once again blasts out the metal bending. Scraps of metal float around him in a magnetic field as you hurl this up. Yeah, I will say with that we can call that a success. It was pretty close, as you're able to push the grappling hook kind of in the right direction just at the right time for it to hook around the chain. And now it is secure between here and technically the rope probably extends down to the floor if you want it to, from the floor up to that top chain. Alex.
And because you're trained in athletics, you can climb a rope without worrying about, things like not being able to climb a rope.
I mean, you still have to
So-
make an athletics check, but
You're right. But we just learned from last Wednesday that because he's trained
people
in
who aren't
athletics, he can
trained
climb.
in athletics
He
can't
can-
even climb a rope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll try to do that thing then.
All right, make another athletics check for me. I believe in you.
Yayo.
Is that more better, Dad?
Yes, I'm so proud of you.
Wait,
Thanks.
but he's a bird. Can't he just fly?
Oh my god.
Well, you see, first of all, birds aren't real, so they can't actually fly. I'm sorry you had
flying's
to
not
find out
real.
this way.
So I
Flying's
thought
not
that, I thought that like two lefts make a right.
That's fair. Fair assumption.
Yeah, you
Quoting me,
were
Agent.
able to scale up here. I can't do that on the perfect.
All right. Now this is where height's a little weird.
For sure.
Am I like at level with the window?
Yes, you're actually probably at level with this point of the window.
Like the middle? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Looking out the angle that I have, do I see anything out there that's like out of place?
You're just playing the video game tonight. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Look, I'm trying my best. That's why I got up here. Look.
I know.
All right. There you go.
As you peer out on the grounds of the Manigal estate, you're looking out into a wide quad courtyard. There's a cobblestone perimeter around a grassy hillock a grassy knoll, one might say, in the center, from whence there is a tree growing vibrant and lush, constantly moistened by the ever-present mists from the rainbow falls as the waterfalls cascade all around the estates. Moss grows heavily up its trunk, and perched in one of the uppermost sturdy branches of this oak tree, you can see a large black vulture that looks very familiar to you. It appears to be staring at you through the window.
Remind AJ of how this vulture's familiar.
It's a familiar.
It is
Dunika's.
Dunika's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dunika Minsura is one of the witnesses.
I had the context clues to believe that that was true, but I didn't
Yes.
want to make that assumption. So, okay. Great. I will turn my head, so that if it is capable of reading my lips, it cannot read my lips. And
Birds don't have lips.
You
That's
don't have
fair.
Birds
lips.
aren't real.
well, that's also true. It's a voice box. I open up my beak and a voice like emanates from a speaker.
Oh. Okay.
Um, so I will turn my head
We were in Eberron.
so that my my beak cannot be read.
No, it's black.
And
We've just-
you know what? All right. So I will look back at everybody and say, well, her help is here, but I don't know how much help it is.
She is probably not coming to help because she knows that Aoife has failed.
Does
Aoife,
Vesper
at
know?
first, when you say that, lights up, and then as Tofro says that,
Seems like your benefactor, if you throw your life away for, doesn't actually care for you.
Does
We
Vestron
have-
have knowledge of how far away one can cast the familiar spell? Like, let's say I cast Find Familiar. How far can I send my familiar away from me?
that's a great question.
What I'm really
Uh,
trying to find out is she within a certain radius of her familiar?
That would depend on if this familiar is like all other familiars and not special in some way.
Yeah.
But
And
That's a fair point. Vestron
familiar is also not a
probably-
spell, so it's not
Sorry,
necessarily bound by a specific.
forgive my watsiness.
No, you're fine.
all is forgiven.
Familiars are a bit more are quite much better actually.
I don't actually know specifically the answer to your question, Cameron, but I don't believe that there is a theoretical limit. There's a they're not useful to you unless they're within a certain distance. Again, theoretically, there's certain benefits that they can impart upon you, and things that they can do for you in and outside of combat that they can't do if they're not with you. But I don't know that there's like a tether sort of effect for them. If that answers your question. Let's see. You can communicate empathetically with your familiar. You can communicate empathically with your familiar as long as it's within 1 mile of you. Sharing emotions. That's the stock standard. There are certain other features that might allow you to upgrade that. But like, I guess Vestron would certainly know that if you were to go through the process of creating, summoning, or training a familiar, all familiars have that at least limited ability to communicate with their master within a mile. Mason, were you gonna say something?
As it's like unfolding that Dunica is the one doing this, and like his Kijani's claws are digging even deeper, he goes, "We have subverted this evil once before. You do not know the cockroaches you are in bed with."
She will spit in your face.
Oh, okay.
Kijani takes a deep breath, lets go of her, and says, "I believe we should arrow the mind, leave the body, as a sign of what is to come."
Wait, God, you're just killing me now.
You will survive an empty husk. And he walks towards the window to prepare for whatever else is coming.
What does he think that?
It's kind of a scare tactic. He's talking to Vestron, but Vestron is also Cameron, and Cameron's on the phone.
Okay. Yeah, quick break.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
All right. Anything else from while we're waiting on Cam? Anything else from Kai and Tovros?
I will stay up here just to keep an eye on the Vulture, so I can update if anything drastic happens or changes. But I'm doing nothing otherwise.
All right. For the purposes of carrying the story along, at this point, Kemmler kind of pushes himself back up onto his elbows. Could someone bring me some water?
Saragen will walk over and pull out a water skin and would medical or assistance be appreciated here, or I'm not sure how.
Don't
These vertices. Okay.
don't waste your resources.
Saragen's gonna do a medicine check, or with the healer, like a Healy check of healing on this man.
Okay. Treat
How do
wounds.
I?
Treat wounds.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. There we go.
Okay. Just make sure that was what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what it is. Oh no. It's not a critical failure, so you don't. It wind up hurting him. He kind of like politely says thank you and hands back your water skin and says, "Really, don't waste your time and resources on me. I will be fine."
No, it's just. Wait, hold on a second. I just got one more thing. Oh, look there! It's clearly better.
Yeah. What is that? 6 points of healing. All right. Good to know. He's 7 hit points now. Oh, that actually was quite nice. He has like real toes now, so the healing has extended all the way down his body.
No knees, just toes.
Well, he's got knees. He doesn't have skin over any of that. It's just like toe, bones, and muscle and ligature like slowly growing into place. But the skin is like creeping down his legs. Oh, this is so weird.
I literally cannot imagine.
I see what you mean, though. It's not just like instant control, is it? It's so foreign.
We can talk about that later. We have bigger problems. One of 6 very well trained, heavily invested mages from Astropor is apparently
Watching.
after us currently. The woman over there thinks she's smart enough to do something about it.
Are you referring to Aoife?
Yes.
It takes her a moment to realize that you're referring to her.
I am. Oleander's kind of walked up at this point, and probably around the same time that his eyes stop glowing. He's also covered in blood. What was your plan here, other than if you had successfully taken him out? Just wait.
He wasn't my target.
We were, we know.
He was just the first one to come out.
You were trying to kill us.
Yes. You're wanted terrorists.
I'm sorry. Terrorist?
Thank you.
I was hired to watch out for you.
Just a moment. I have an issue with your definitions here. A terrorist commits violence for
No.
the purposes of causing political change.
Yeah, no, and our
No,
the-
a
we have-
terrorist commits violence for the purpose of causing terror, which you seem to be quite apt at, she says, looking at Kijani.
Okay,
No,
well,
we
just
were
because
blamed-
you're afraid doesn't mean that we're trying to change anything politically.
we were blamed for. That's what she's just told us. We were blamed for those attacks that day that we went missing, is what we've just got from this. They blamed that, and that's how they've been chasing us. But I was not even 14.
I was 10.
I was
What information do you have?
Well,
that
how was
could
I supposed to
follow
know?
that?
What, your
Good
mom
job
did that?
investigating, smart one.
What did?
I'm just saying, even if we were responsible for those attacks, what does that say about Astropol that they hire child soldiers?
They didn't. She didn't know we were children.
I didn't know anything about you until you arrived here, and you're supposed to. This was supposed to
You
be an
took
easy
a job for 8 years for.
and I got paid handsomely for doing nothing for 8 years. I really thought you'd never
Now
show.
you're about to pay with your life.
Wait a second.
I can't fault you for
Dunica
that.
told you that we were terrorists, and what did we do that warranted us being terrorists?
Honestly, I didn't want to know. It
Oh,
wasn't part of the agreement.
We
But when Kimmler
reward
came out,
ignorance.
I would have taken the job too. I think.
when Kimmler came out, I couldn't let him know. I had to spring the trap. Besides, if he'd died, I'd had a much better chance of taking you out. Or at least I thought. But then fucking Manigal. He was never supposed to wake up. Never again.
Won't now.
you really had no information to warrant any of these actions.
It's amazing
she
how
had
much
gold.
curiosity can be quelched by gold.
How frequently did you have contact with her? How frequently did you get your shipments, your payments?
I got paid annually. But I only ever met her once.
How much did she pay you to just sit here and wait?
Don't suppose that's any of your business, but since it doesn't fucking matter now. It's 1,000 gold per year.
And how did you manage to infiltrate here? And
I'm actually quite talented.
Could have
Oh.
fooled me.
yeah, we're like, oh, okay.
I hope Topherus is actually laughing like that.
There's a slight lag. There's a slight.
Like I'm imagining him sitting up, like just feet kind of dangling on
Yeah,
the.
he is just sitting up there, just listening. Like, okay, all right.
Not at combat magic. I have a way with bones.
You have a way with bones.
Bombs, the exploding ones.
No, bones, the ones that grow in
Bones.
your body.
Oh, bones. Okay. I'm sorry.
That was an
Um,
interesting exchange. Okay.
Ah,
The one you told me.
this is purely academic. What is your way with bones? I don't need a demonstration, thank you very much.
Nevertheless, she will exert a little bit of energy, and all the bones along her arm appear to grow studs. And her whole arm, you can tell on either side of like the row down, she just gets these like spikes.
Oh,
Oh, she's
I just-
Kimimaru.
Vesserin says, I'm sorry, this might
be a bit offensive, but if you're capable of that, why are you 3 foot tall?
Wow. Wow.
I'll have you know, I'm
Wow.
quite tall for my family.
Wow.
Yeah, so am I.
Kai,
I don't know if it was worse or his legs were worse.
Oh no.
at this point, the vulture turns its head, spreads its wings, and does a little waddle, and takes off. Leaves your field of view.
Sure. I'll keep an eye out, but I will let everybody know. Well, any help that you would hope to get from that bird is gone.
Unfortunately, it means that Junica knows that we're here.
I don't think that there was a world in which she didn't know the second that it was revealed that she was behind all this.
Yes, but now we have Kimla with the life vertex.
You're doing great, by the way, especially for being crushed by this.
Thanks. Do you think we could move this? I really love those trousers.
I don't think I'm a bird.
We
I got
can
hollow
move it.
bones.
Those trousers
Saradrin
are
will
gone.
Saradrin will try to move it for him.
You do not succeed.
I would like to invoke gravity vertex.
Yeah, you can attempt that. This is, with your current skill, this is still beyond you, unfortunately.
I would still like to attempt it, please.
Yes, the attempt is
Tapping into gravity vertex.
Just
Uruchaka.
cut it right below where it fell and make jots out of it.
That would be not even the waistband.
It's now just a really thin belt. at
Make
this point.
assless chaps out of it. I do not know. I don't wear pants.
All chaps are assless. You don't have to say assless.
Yes, but it adds emphasis. Can we move the halfling into like a dungeon or something?
Question.
This is an estate, a manor home.
Yeah,
So we have to
That-
make our own
that,
dungeon.
every story I've heard makes it sound like there's probably a
No.
dungeon somewhere in one of
Just
these.
saying it's a very
Sorry.
small dungeon.
What's
Okay.
Well, she's a very small person.
Aoife, where are your chambers?
I have a suite on the 3rd floor, near the rear of the building.
You had a suite on the 3rd floor.
well, that's true.
Yeah,
I think
that's pretty well gone at this point.
it's reasonable to assume that your position here has been terminated.
That is fair.
Aoife,
I'll take out her AD account.
it would seem it would seem that Junica has left you to your fate at this point. So, I offer you a choice. You may join us, as it seems that we were able to overpower you. Or
Bloody well outnumbered, wasn't I?
you thought that would be easy.
What if I
fine.
dropped
You-
a fucking rock on all of you? It might have been.
Yeah, but you were stupid enough to shoot first and ask questions later, so here we are.
It's a very one trick.
We also
plan.
weren't all gonna be on the ladder at the same time. You might have killed one or two of us, but you weren't gonna get all of us.
So it would seem you would benefit from my intelligence. That's what I'm getting at. Or we can leave you to rot in a one-room dungeon that exists here.
Definitely option B. Fuck you, bitch.
Where are
He
you
Johnny
from?
bares his claws. May we now kill her.
Hmm.
Vestrin casts Force Barrage.
Okay.
Where are you from? Never mind.
I
Force
said
barrage.
this lever mind. Oh, you weren't here. While you were on the phone, Cameron, Kijani
yeah.
let go of her throat and said, "Fine, we will leave your mind addled and your body an empty husk." And she said, "No, kill me now." So
Veteran cast Force Barrage.
Okay.
times
All right. Force barrage doesn't miss, right? Is this some
three. It does
Correct.
magic missile?
It doesn't
Okay.
miss.
She has 1 hit point, so you don't even need to roll.
Fine, times 1. No, I wanted times 3.
No, yeah. You kill her with 3. If you do it for 3, you do outright kill her just now.
We're triple tapping.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't be stingy with your bullets.
She falls over. Deceased.
1 takes her down to dying 2, and the next 2
Because she's
both.
wounded 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Veteran says, leave her.
Kijani lets out a sigh.
What?
She deserved it.
Gianni, I told you,
say,
ask questions, then kill her. Okay?
I let you do the thing.
Thank you.
didn't
I'm
I?
just saying, it worked out really well. I'm acknowledging
Yes,
thank
no,
you.
I am-
That's what I'm saying.
I agree. Sometimes the need to survive just kind of takes over, but I'm glad that I have friends who keep me from killing first. We kill later.
At this point,
right.
Kemmler does kind of slowly stand up. He's holding this tarp around his waist, as like a skirt. He kind of like is pushing off on the side of this desk here. As he stands and begins to walk, he leaves bloody footprints. So he doesn't have skin over the bottoms of his feet yet. It's just like muscle, and he's like kind of walking.
It should definitely hurt. It should definitely
He
hurt.
comes and
Hurt.
sits down.
Incredibly
I mean,
painful.
to be fair, what
Johnny
he
will-
just went through, he's probably like desensitized. Brain's
he doesn't
very
have the
good at
nerve.
that.
He doesn't have the nerve endings yet. It's okay, but still,
He
I
comes
do.
and sits down on this stool.
Kijani will cast a 3 action heal to heal everyone in a 30-foot emanation for 8.
Okay.
Hey, nice. I think I'm at full health.
I'm now at full health, I guess.
As Kemmler sits down, we really need to organize a plan. If you think that, well, Dunica, who the fuck is Dunica? First of all, someone
She's
wealthy enough to spend 8,000 gold over 8 years
Oh, yeah.
paying.
Well, she's a government official.
That's probably nothing for her. Kai jumps off the top and floats down.
You know, really, taxes
I
are
would like
rich
my
in
grappling hook back,
magical.
please.
Like as I'm falling, I just like kind of leave it in your hands. Just like,
Veteran says,
Perhaps we can move somewhere without a window.
well, I really think we ought to see the funeral arrangements for Aoife.
Shall I set her on fire?
A funeral pyre is an option, I suppose. But
I'll send notice to her family. From what I can tell, her stipend went mostly home anyway. She never seemed to have any money.
Where's she from? Feels weird to ask that. Like it's the last thing I asked a dead person now. But I'm curious because she wasn't from Astropor.
No, she's south. I want to say southern Bangladesh, between Bangladesh and Kazabazor, but couldn't say for sure. I have an
Is-
address around here somewhere.
is there a crypt on property?
What?
Crypt.
Is there a crypt on property?
No.
People don't die here.
This estate is owned
No.
by Manacle. Has been
Okay.
since the beginning.
Point taken.
The answer is no. From what I understand, for the first several thousand years that he was here, he had the same butler because he didn't want to give him up.
I see.
I think he eventually
That sounds
realized that
like a
was somewhat selfish.
miserable existence for one who battles. Well, it feels insensitive to just leave her body lying in your office. So
Yes.
we ought to either bury her or burn her. I just don't want to be. Well, I
She's
don't
always
want
had a way
to.
with bones.
Corpses can talk. Ashes cannot.
Well,
She's always had a way
perhaps.
with bones. Makes me nervous.
So
I say we
you
burn
think
her.
she should be
Yes.
insensitive.
I say we burn her too. It's the only humane thing to do.
I do not care about that.
Right.
Do you by any chance know what her family would want?
No. Like I said, aside from the fact that she sent all of her money our way, including a not insignificant research stipend from Capital.
Well, they must be quite wealthy now. Or irresponsible. Who am I to judge?
I believe that we should inform Kyle. If he is to be trusted, Kimla.
Well, that
Well,
I think is a question
Place
for
might not be
Kimler.
safe anymore altogether.
I trust Kyle, but I would have said until this morning that I trust Aoife. I've known Kyle a lot longer, though. Decades.
I will
Besides,
send for him.
the Manigal estate is safe. The issue with a safe house that someone knows where it is, though, is it doesn't matter how heavy your defenses are if you can't fucking leave. Traps can be laid.
They also only have to succeed once.
Who here knows how to
We have
teleport?
to succeed every time. I'm sorry, what did you say, Kijani?
Who here knows how to teleport? Nobody. Okay.
I don't know much about the magic, but I feel, to my knowledge, teleportation is pretty high level magic.
It is.
We are in the Manigal estate,
Yes, and Manigal is no longer.
and we have we have a 500-something-year-old apprentice right here, and another one in the
You
other
coulda-
room.
You could have asked him directly though, and 'cause it felt like you were asking
Ah.
It
us.
could have been Kyle, could have been Elena. I do not know. If there's someone here who
While
can
I am
teleport.
a very capable caster, teleportation is not really in my book of spells, so to speak.
Can we send for someone?
Or we have to leave more.
It depends on who you want to. Yes, you can send for someone. I could have a courier from the capital, a bodyguard come. I could get you an appointment with the fucking High Scholar.
Kimla, you are one of us now. Get us. They are after you as much as they are any of us. You are a vertex wielder.
That's true.
Do not separate it. This is not our journey anymore. It is our journey.
Wait.
You.
It's the royal hour.
Well, we just went through like establishing that he is one of us, so
That
saying
may be
our
true.
is collective of
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
When the
Oli-
time,
Oleader's like, yeah, wait, yeah.
that may be true. When the time comes, I will join you. I cannot leave Manigal Estate right now.
So
Well,
what do we need to do at
It's
the
a
moment?
walking issue. We can parry
That's
you.
only part of it. There's so much to be done. Especially if news of his death were to be public.
There's a vulture that knows that is flying towards somewhere right
Yes. The implications are more significant than you could know. Political implications.
In Astropor or in?
No. Here in Baonaya.
I mean,
source would
is there a power vacuum? I'm struggling
Why
to
significant?
understand.
why let it get out? Who is to that? Sure, she's powerful in Astropor. She might have influence in Veonai, but there's the only information about Manigal comes from here. No one talks to Manigal except for you. They don't have contact with Manigal, correct?
Correct.
What's changed?
Someone
Why
knows
should
that
anyone
he's
know?
dead.
Someone does.
If they come and ask to talk to him.
Who's
Sorry,
talking
above
to
table.
anyone?
Would the vulture have even seen him disappear if
Yeah,
he was
so
in this
It's a matter of
cave
how
here?
much It's a matter of how much Aoife would have been able to communicate. Probably not.
What do you? She wouldn't have known that Manigal was dead. That happened here in this. She has not communicated with anybody as far as we
That's
can tell.
And she's dead now.
And still, it's. This is the main source.
I mean, truthfully, the only people who truly know that Manigal is dead are standing in this room.
And
I'm
soon
sure
Soon
many have
Kyle
been.
will know, which is
Uh,
fine.
Why? Does he go and speak with Manigal regularly?
Regularly enough.
Oh, he
I mean,
does.
no one speaks with
actually.
him regularly because he's been dormant for 10 years. But yes, Kyle
Well, then,
has
Okay,
a relationship
fair.
with Manigal. But I trust Kyle. But neither here nor there. I'm not leaving Manigal Estate right now with you. I can help you to escape. There's too much to do here.
We need before we go anywhere. We have to have a heading. I know we have some idea, but very little. We know we need to gather these, but we can't just run out of here with nowhere to go.
Kijani kind of like perks up and goes, "Oh yeah, before I leave with it," and he takes out the crystal that was in his pocket. Baladesh, right? That is our only lead for these things.
They're pretty easy to find. Well, I should say they're reactive to Vertice's power.
Wait, there isn't one inside of the device.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I pull out the thing. It was whirring at some point because I had I had mine active. Somebody, I can't. Somebody do it. Do a thing.
I'll just like fuck around with my like interdimensional space.
Sargent will not move.
So hard.
Yeah, currently my body temperature is very high. That's all that I could do with it.
And
Always doing that.
It does, in fact.
The thing that Kijani, how does it react?
Kemu's got it now.
Kemu's got it now.
Oh.
It shakes in his hand. He lets go of it, puts it on his palm, and it begins to spin. That is if you can get close enough. At least you can validate the purity, veracity, authenticity of shards.
So is the thing inside that shard?
Must be.
Well then keep it
I
here.
don't. Yeah, I don't want it. And if that's a thing that's also it alerts people when we're doing stuff, and it's not helpful, actually.
That's true.
I will stay here and keep the vault safe, the collection that we have. Manigal seemed to believe that all but 10% of the missing shards had been accounted for. Impossible to tell how many shards that is because I don't know how they fractured, what size they fell into. one of the largest shards unaccounted for is the crown jewel of the King of Baladesh.
Okay, so our next mission is to march into the royal palace of Baladesh and demand the crown jewel.
I'd
From
really
the
prefer
king
to try to
himself.
find
I
some
think we put a pin in that one, actually.
other ones first. Although that,
I assume that he will be loath to relinquish
Probably.
that's why we're not doing
storied.
that thing.
Manigol's search for the shards ended decades ago. He kind of gave up on finding the final remnants. I suppose I could see and put out feelers, check for rumors, maybe something has unearthed. If I had any contacts, and I used to have contacts in sort of underground places, but I've been here, a scholarly, perfect student for a long time now.
I have some underground contact in Baladesh, but not steal the crown jewel contact.
So we
All
only
I'm
know.
saying is if we walk into the throne room and we use our vertex and his crown begins to spin away from him and he recognizes that we are the rightful owners, maybe...
I
That doesn't
don't
work
know if
well
that's
with
how
kings.
ownership works.
The thing about kings is they think everything belongs to them. It's unlikely that he recognizes ownership outside of himself of anybody.
Well, I mean, I would say that the crown is in fact his. Just because it's made from a material that once belonged to a veil does not mean that it's not his. That's like people having bone necklaces. It once belonged to another creature, and now it
And-
belongs to.
I mean,
we're a
if the
constitutional monarchy
person-
now, honestly, too. It's kind of a figurehead more than anything else. Being
so that he
honest.
does not have much power.
If somebody had one of my bones on their crown, I
That
think
is
that
also
I would
kinda
have a right
true.
to come claim it.
Sure, but we're not. They're not our bones. They're the bones of a veil. I'm just making.
Yes,
a
but
general
we
statement.
have 6 of the 9 vertices that made up that veil's power.
Technically, still belonging to the veil. It's not ours. We just happen to have. That's not important.
No,
I'm just
no.
making.
What
no, no.
point is the
This
ship
is
being
my
on a
power.
new ship?
Sarajan sighs deeply and looks at Kemmler. I wish that this was not the way that things are, but as it stands, this is the way that things are.
I believe your first order of business should be figuring out how to leave Manigol's estate without being tracked and murdered.
This is true.
I guarantee
do
they
it-
can't enter the estate, or at least not without great cost. Even very powerful wizards would be hesitant to face Manigol's many years of refining the wards and barriers on this place.
Could
But if
we
they're smart, they
access?
can... Sorry, go ahead.
Could we access Aoife's room?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if we could search it. I'll help Barry here. I'll get cleaned up
course.
too. I'm not
We
tracking
should
blood around.
burn her.
Yes. Yes. Handle the. I
Yes,
agree.
is there a furnace that keeps this place warm?
You
No.
do not burn bodies in the same furnace that you heat up. We should take her somewhere.
No,
Why not?
you're. Many reasons.
Guy pulls out a jerry can of gasoline from his.
Many reasons that I'm not like Cameron.
Ah,
Cameron is a doctor.
the
Cameron, I don't feel like I need to explain this. You got it.
the
I mean, combusting organic material is organic material. It's no different than burning wood, if we're getting right down to it.
Kijani glares at Bezra.
it's really
I'm
not.
sorry, one more time?
People
But you're
burn
not
wood.
really made of wood, are you?
Yes, Bezran. What? I don't. Hello? You
Kijani,
saw my
to be
arm
fair-
cut off. You saw the rings on the inside.
Well, I
The-
mean,
He
A
is
moment.
talking about burning fleshy bits, and we're all kind of fleshy bits.
The estate is
Yeah.
kept at a perfect 71.5 degrees by enchantment.
Centigrade. That's very warm.
No, Fahrenheit.
That's weird. Nowhere
I
does
really-
Fahrenheit except Ashapur.
I really feel like that was a Sid Stewart statement regarding its temperature, not a.
No,
not a-
his ideal
word.
temperature is like 75. Don't listen to
Yeah,
him.
that's true.
Freaking lizard. All right.
fucking
It's hard to believe after being in your house after 11 o'clock.
My house
'Cause,
stays
like-
65.
My house does
Weird.
get cold
And-
after 11. Yeah, that's true. Everything gets cold. But
68 in my house right now,
no,
and
no, no,
it's
no, no, no,
great.
no, 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 no,
It is also 68 at my house right now.
No, 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 no. Cannot.
65 short sleeve. Let's go.
If it drops below 72, Sid needs a blanket.
Let's go search Aoife's room.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will take her away to burn her.
All right,
I'll
you're
also
splitting the party.
change clothes because I'm bloody.
I will first and foremost I will go. Kijani will go and find Elena and Kyle
Okay.
and bring them to the study.
Kimmler spent some time briefly explaining the attack made against him by Aoife, leaving out details about her specific targets, just claiming that she had tried to murder him and very nearly succeeded. Unfortunately, Manigal, in order to save his life and end the old man's decades-long fight with dementia, which was just that his life was coming to an end in one way or another anyway, probably. This was probably his ultimate. You got the impression this was going to be his solution. He had just been kind of curating and pushing back the moment when he would pass this on, but this became the absolutely necessary opportunity to pass on the Vertex. He passed it to Kemmler. And so he reveals that much to Kyle and Elena. They begin tending to the body. Despite the outbreak of violence, the betrayal, it's clear that there was a lot of camaraderie and friendship over these 8 years with Aoife. And Kyle is taking it poorly. He's clearly confused. They both are.
So there's a difference between the Vertex and the power that Manigal bestowed upon Kimmler and Cataphius.
No. Yes and no. You asked two different questions in one. Manigal transferred the Vertex to Kemmler.
No. What I mean is, Kimmler is immortal.
Kemmler
been
was
here
long
500
lived.
years.
Yes.
But not unkillable.
Correct.
But the Vertex bestows unkillability.
Killability.
Damn.
To itself, to its owner. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So there's a that's what I'm getting at. There's a difference.
Yes.
between-
Theoretically, Cataphius could have been murdered.
But he wouldn't die naturally.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Um,
All right.
It's worth mentioning at this point too that I guess Vesrin, it may occur to you that it's somewhat likely that Cataphius is no longer not only not immortal but not alive.
Yeah, we talked about it last session.
But Cameron had left.
But he was
Cameron,
gonna
yeah,
go.
Cameron, yeah.
Only like 3 of us were here.
Sorry, what?
Cataphius was being kept alive by Manigal. A trick that he had kind of realistically Manigal could have let Cataphius die at any time, but by way of a lost bet or a trick some many years ago, Manigal had promised Cataphius to not let him die. He had just given him his word.
I see.
And so when Manigal was no longer the holder of the life vertex,
Cataphius probably died. Interesting. Okay. All right. Good to know. Julia, what's the matter?
I'm not being held and loved.
She is being held.
Existence is painful.
Yeah.
A quiet, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Cool. Good
yeah.
to know.
So the body is taken care of by Elena. A funeral pyre is constructed in the courtyard in front of the oak tree. A small affair. You all would like to go investigate the room of Aoife?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does she have anything interesting on her before any of this happens? Like notes explaining anything, or
Oh, okay.
a locket of a long lost loved one, or magic
Or
items and
spell
money?
scrolls.
Magic items or money. Yeah, she's got 15 silver. Are you looting her body?
100%.
I'm not. No, absolutely not. I am saying this out loud in earshot of Oleander.
Okay. The body gets looted.
She has 15 silver.
Sarah Jill would never.
As well
Stop
as...
Oleander from doing that.
Whatever. Stop Oleander from doing that. She also has a medallion, like necklace. It's a gold coin. Minted on the coin appears to be a cube in bas relief.
A cube?
Cube, like the
Hey,
pictograph.
one of you
Yes.
magic folks. Does this look magical? I toss it to Vesrin, who's not looking at me. It doesn't catch it.
It's Max her in the side of the head. Oleander, what the fuck?
No, I didn't think you were looking. I don't know I'm not gonna lie.
It's fine.
But we did think you read minds well enough to know it was coming, though.
I didn't think that either, but
I definitely did.
knew that too.
I'm sorry. I'm no longer sitting on this ledge anymore,
Okay, great.
and
You're
I'm
gonna
no
come down.
longer channeling elements.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Topharos, you think I'm just reading everybody's mind all the time?
He
No,
thinks
that's-
to himself, yes.
That was largely a joke, but I would not put it past you. I don't really know what the vertex does.
It.
Vestin, are you telling me that if you were able to read the minds of people just at will, that you would not most of the time get a gauge of their mental state, at least a little bit before you started this conversation, so you knew exactly what to say to get what you wanted?
When it was useful.
And
by
when
and
would it not
large,
be
most
useful?
people are not that interesting.
This in fact might be true. I'm just simply making.
No, it is true. I'm
Unless
telling
there's-
you it's true. This is a fact. Most people are not.
So you have been reading minds. See, this is exactly what I was saying.
Over the course of 10 years, yes, I've read a lot of minds.
Hmm.
Over which time I've discovered most people are not that interested.
I understand.
So I've not made it a habit to just read everybody's mind all the time.
Yes, William.
Also,
is
what the fuck,
magic?
Ollie?
Is it magical?
Is it magical?
Vesrin cast Detect Magic as a Seer Elf cantrip.
Okay. What the f is going on here? Oh yeah, that's exactly right. I just all the gifts in the chat.
The problem is it just detects the presence of magic in Manigal's estate.
Yes. You can choose to ignore magic that you're aware of, but it would take several castings for you to like identify and eliminate from your field of purview all of the magical items in this room.
I will do that.
There is magic. Yes. Do you have the Read Aura spell?
No. Not prepared, at least.
Got it. Okay.
Do I have it at all? I do not.
Don't know.
I know. I don't have it.
Got it.
Unless I can find a spell scroll in Aoife's quarters that
Oscar.
Sure.
What do we find?
I don't know why my overlay doesn't have Vesrin. It's everybody but Vesrin. And this was definitely working.
Why are there so
Sorry, what?
many
I'm right here.
songs
It's a stream thing.
about rainbows?
You're not on this. You're not on the stream overlay. If I switch to this scene,
Oh, you mean with the little talking heads at the bottom?
yeah.
No.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Oh, you're there. You're just I have to make technical thing. Hold on just a moment, please. Well, I do something that no one else but me cares about.
Hi Twitch, thanks for joining. Everyone at home.
Always
Watching.
believers.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? There we go. There we go. All right. Sorry, what are you doing now?
Hey, there I am. On the stream.
Yes, quite. You're going to.
I thought we were searching Aoife's headquarters.
Searching
sorry,
Aoife's
room.
body first. Yes. Okay. After great effort to detect magic, eliminating as much as you can, you eventually conclude that the medallion is likely not magical. It's likely a focus of some kind. A focus or like a holy relic or a symbol, or it's just a. It's not in and of itself magical though.
What about the gold in it? Is it worth
It's
a
worth
gold
gold.
piece?
It's worth 5 gold pieces.
Vesrin throws it back to Oleander and says, "Keep this. We'll sell it later."
I do catch it.
I'm sorry.
And I wasn't looking.
Make a reflex save.
Keep this. We'll sell it later.
All right, and then you're gonna go investigate her quarters.
Quarters. Yes.
Yeah, you enter into a knowing how much money she had theoretically, this is jarringly Spartan. She's got the one place where it seems she splurged is on a large, luxurious silk duvet cover that is bright red. And it's like a goose down duvet. She's got this really comfortable looking bed. It's sized for a halfling, but it's big even for a halfling, but not quite big enough for like you to get it. But everything else seems to be pretty sparse. Well-made furniture, probably appointed by the estate. It has that sort of aesthetic. Not anything she purchased for herself. Not a lot of decorations or individual things that she might have added to the room.
Does she have bookcases or storage chests anywhere?
She has a chest, a footlocker at the foot of the bed, as well as an armoire. And going through some of those at a cursory inspection, it's mostly clothes, what you would expect to find in an armoire and a foot chest. The foot chest has extra blankets in it. Make it.
Are there any secret compartments? I guess is the question.
Everybody can search, which is going to be
A
blind
perception.
perception. Yes.
Perception.
I will use
Perception.
my hero point.
Okay. To roll with advantage.
Well, probably not for this one. The Rainbow Connection. Oof.
All right. Perfect. Serdwin and Kijani.
Mm.
Do roll high enough to note that there is a false compartment in the bottom of the footlocker chest with all the blankets. After moving all the blankets out of the way, the bottom of it isn't quite as low as the chest is to the ground. Kind of like knocking on it, you can notice there's a hollow section there. With knowing that it's there, it's pretty easy to run your hand along the edge and find the little thumb hole. You can pull it open. Beneath are a number of records, inked, penned in her hand. It's like a book, like a accounting
Diary.
book. No, it's
A ledger.
Yes, a ledger. Thank you. Recording some of it. It's kind of mishmashed. Some of it is her research materials, which do appear to be largely necromantic, like probably not accepted in normal society. The kinds of research that is stored here. There's some cadaver work, and less than legally acquired cadaver work notated here. And then also she records in a small, like, moleskin black journal, she records all of the payments that she got from Dunica or Dunica's contact in nice, neat, tidy script. It does appear indeed to be 7,000 gold to date.
Vesrin would like to hold on to the research, like the necromantic research.
Okay.
Does it show the outbound money as well, or just incoming?
Yeah, good question. So kind of looking through it, yeah, I would say she probably did detail the payments that she sent to Kavaran is the name of the town in southern Bangladesh on the coast. Let me bring us back to... Everyone can make a history check.
Can you say the name of the town one more time?
Kavaran.
So wait, KRC.
How would you like for it to be spelled?
What's a history check?
There's not a history check. is there?
Recall knowledge. Society.
Society.
Yeah, Recall Knowledge Society.
Do I get any bonus for regional?
Sure, you can add +1.
I didn't mean to do that blind. I'm sorry.
Oh, you
You
recall
said-
knowledge against Kemler LeQuinn. You must have him targeted.
Oh,
Kavaran.
You said society.
Yes. Yes.
Society.
How did you do that, Jonathan?
how do I do what?
How did you roll this?
The one that I rolled against him, there is a basic action macros thing on my toolbar at the bottom,
Uh-huh.
and then I hit recall knowledge.
Oh, I see. That gives me a lot of information. I like that a lot. Okay. Cool. With that, I don't have a check from Vesrin yet. Yes, I do.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
I did it. It's there.
Yes. Okay. Serdwin, and Oleander. This is where the city is.
This is what you.
Yes. It's not a small city. It's not a large city. It's a port city. It's got some significance in that this strait that you might want to sail through. It looks pretty nice. It is kind of guarded over by the fortress here, but it's otherwise not incredibly notable.
What is an? Is it that's southern? It's southern. Is it Bangladesh, right?
Bangladesh. Yeah.
Bangladesh.
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 I know. I was like, that can't be right.
We probably stopped in there. Like me, Topros, and Kijani probably actually stopped there at some point. Like when because we did a journey.
Wind sailing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sarajan just paid attention in school.
And that's kind of like the reference. Like, oh, we went there in that first year after.
Versus where you guys are now, which is up here. Oh shit! I just
Whoa.
Veteran. 456 miles.
Into space.
Yeah.
I can't get her now. She's gone forever.
I just flew in from Vayanaya, and boy, are my arms tired.
Just because you are a dad now doesn't mean that you have to, in your lifetime, hit all the dad jokes.
Apparently
Yes,
so.
Per
it does.
se.
It 100% means that.
Apparently.
Oh goodness.
Well, once we've like gone through her stuff and we feel adequately satisfied, Kijani
Oh yeah,
will-
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, it looks like most of the gold, like probably 6,500 gold of the 7,000 that she's received so far, was sent to a man named Carter Willerroot in southern Bangladesh.
So then my question is, where's the other 500?
use it to live.
Maybe she bought the
For 8
silk
years?
duvet cover.
For 500 gold pieces?
Well, she could have splurged on any number of things.
Does the
Half a
duvet
year.
cover cast sleep on you when you lay in the bed?
I mean,
That would cost
let's be
more than
honest.
500.
That would be pretty cool.
I would pay for
That
that.
would be dope, honestly.
That would be pretty.
That's what
anyone- I
that
think we
weighted comforter
Take
Sid has
the
in his
duvet
guest room
cover with
does.
us.
Would you take the duvet cover with us? Oh goodness.
Useful? I don't know.
Who knows what she might have splurged on, Cam?
It's true.
Over 7 years.
Skydiving.
Yeah.
What is my dog barking at?
Penny.
God damn it.
Oh. Now what?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
I will check the library again. Maybe Manigault had a journal that he forgot to mention that he recorded some possible locations. Other than that, it sounds like our only lead is Bangladesh, and it seems like we are not ready.
If only you knew someone who was like
So, nothing useful. And
in
hey,
underground, had access to like underground message
We're-
boards and could like check on rumors and research. Maybe
Okay.
find some information.
They and Vayanaya were the
Hey, we know someone
target
like that.
compromise.
It's just an option.
I will study
Okay.
whatever that kind of check is.
It's a research check. Go ahead and roll the research button on your character sheet. Yes, I know there isn't one. Hold on. I'm looking. I guess you can roll your choice. Arcana, occultism, religion.
oh, I'm good at Arcana.
Would you like to help Kijani
Can I
research
help?
in the library?
Can I help? Veteran research and library.
Yeah, would you like to help Veteran Research in the Library?
But I'm in Aoife's.
This
I'm
is gonna
taking
be
you with me.
okay.
Yeah, we have more time than just being in there. We're getting out past that now.
Okay. All right. There's my role. Am I helping or am I?
I'm helping you.
You're helping me.
Okay. What's that? Okay.
Would it have been better the other way around?
No. No.
It was still terrible either way, huh?
No. It wasn't terrible. It's not a success.
Well, that sucked.
Because it's a critical success. Well done.
Somehow,
To be fair, so you
I
did suffer a
think-
penalty because Kijani did not. Kijani
Oh.
critically failed at helping you, unfortunately.
Wow, dude.
But had he even critically succeeded at helping you, you were still not that close to the DC. You would not have beaten it. So.
Great.
The real friendship is the failures we share together.
So what you're saying is we accidentally burned down the library.
No. It wasn't that bad. You just don't find anything additional about the shards of the Veo.
Hmm.
You don't find any hidden notebook by Manigal, any notes penned in the margins of his texts.
No matter what we do next, we aren't gonna march through the it will take us probably over a year to get there from land, so we have to get back to sea and charter a boat at best. Which, if our payment was sufficient at the time, we have some connections there. Even if it is just to keep us being around quiet for a brief time. At the place that I can't think of the name.
Me neither. I don't know what you're talking about yet.
I'm talking about the city that is not in that we came
Sorry?
to. Yes, sorry. Yes, that is because that's where she's the red-haired
Yes.
lady. His from the blind lady.
Elegance
from
Conover.
Elegance, yes. If, I think that
So where do we go?
I think that you should carefully devise a way to leave here, probably under the cover of night, and get far enough away that you won't be tracked.
Well, that's where you come in, isn't it?
What can I do to help?
Well, get us away so that we won't be tracked. I think you just told us what you can do to help.
How about I offer resources, but I don't know the solution. What's going to be best for you? I can
How
try and
long would it
smuggle
take?
you out in a supply cart? What?
How long would it take for us to get one or two bodyguards from the capital? We are only one plateau down, right?
The capital is not far.
Managol requests that we be sent to Vidrusari. We ran across some of the Ruby Regiment on the way. We are familiar with higher ranking military officers.
That's going to cost quite a bit of political clout. But
you're
theoretically,
about to lose it all anyway. Be honest.
that's the issue. Start pulling strings like this and then come to find that he's been dead.
Fair.
Now who's on the hook for that? Collateral.
Are there passages
Yeah.
out of the way that are not in the broad daylight. Tunnels.
Certainly.
All
They all
right.
lead out to various places on the plateau. You said this woman had a vulture.
Yes.
Difficult to make enough ground that you would escape the gaze of a circling search party.
Do you have any skilled archers?
Not as such, unfortunately.
I'm only good at about 60 feet.
No, I said skilled archers.
How do we turn friendly fire off?
Technically, and here's the fun thing: it was never on.
Okay, listen. I am going to give a hypothetical. Do not read too much into it. My previous Inquisition, outlandish as it may seem, to get someone who is skilled in teleportation magic from the capital to here, how much would that cost? To use their services. Do not use political
Oh no.
clout if money can be used.
Oh,
Oleander,
no.
Oleander.
I know. Shut up.
That's
I get it.
entirely doable. In fact, wouldn't even be the first time that such a service was requested.
How much money?
Depends on how far you'd like to go.
Fiji, sorry.
It's not terribly far. That sort of service could probably be secured for between 300 and 600 gold.
Kijani just looked at Oleander.
Yeah, this is why the gold's there. This is what the gold's there for.
I
We can do
I
that.
have resources. Manigault Estate is incredibly wealthy. If it's just gold you need, I can assist.
Awesome.
That
Sweet.
sounds like
If
a
you can-
better option.
If you could pay for us to be transported, I would rather not try to walk my way back to potential
We definitely don't
safety.
have the gold to pay for that. Yeah.
It will.
I'm convinced.
He knows that I'm lying. That's the
All right.
principle of the thing.
I'll reach out to the capital. Ask for service. We need to make sure that everything is cleaned up here first. And by that I mean the funeral pyre out front, the blood on my carpet. Just don't want any.
No.
questions.
I think the stain adds character.
He gives you a look that
I'm
says he
kidding.
disagrees.
I'm kidding. It was a bit of dark humor, I suppose.
Very dark.
Gallows humor, as you might say.
Most
Anyway.
of the blood on the carpet is mine.
Well, that's
Not to mention my rotten
True.
legs that are under that stone still somewhere.
I suppose it. Well, they're probably not rotting yet. It's pretty fresh.
I really
More
didn't try
gallows
to-
humor. Wonderful.
I really wasn't trying to rip you apart. That I
No,
sorry.
I told you to cut it in half.
Yeah, I thought you already were when I moved though. As that's what
It is what it is.
I
He says,
finally
still holding,
erect at this point.
still holding the
Measured
tarp around
twice,
his waist
cut
like a
once.
Yeah.
like a kilt. It is what it is.
I
Measured
think back
twice.
to it. It's all of that like hits me like oh god. Okay.
Cut once. Yes.
So I'll contact the capital. I'll hire a courier, transport agent. Get you teleported back to Vijusari. What will you do from there?
It is probably better that you do not know. Honestly.
The question that I do have is, do we have a means to contact you if we need to communicate?
I don't know. Do you?
Shimla, I'm asking you because you live in a place that is meant to teach magic. Is there anything here that we could use?
Yes, you are obviously the most skilled magic user here.
You also
Like a
said something about resources and providing them, and
a teleportable phenom? A teleportable telephonographical.
Please don't hurt yourself.
Telemessaging. You want to teleport a message.
Yes. An instant telemessage.
Such
Do not don't too much.
such spellcraft exists. It's not insignificant. Scholars would rank that spell as 5th out of 10 spell ranks in complexity and difficulty.
Well, I can do first rank.
Looks at the
Veteran,
scroll that
you've got that,
barely
right?
cast.
Veteran,
Mm.
you're good to go
I'm
on
sorry.
those.
No, not yet.
I mean, you've been studying for 10 years. Half of 10 is 5, so I just kind of figured, you
Wow.
Nines are citizens too.
Oh wow. Yeah.
One assumes that one level equals 1 year, which is
I was being,
Not true.
generous, saying, it's about half a level per year. Yeah.
How about I don't have anything by which we can communicate except to send letters. We can always send missives here to Manigal Estate.
Missives can be tracked or intercepted, all right?
Certainly, there are ways to obscure your messaging.
there are, but that would require a cipher or some other subterfuge.
I'm not familiar
How about
with
this?
all of the spells in this game. I don't know magic.
We will send.
Some sort of stone which would allow us to send.
Yes.
How about we send regular letters weekly, and only once or twice per lunar cycle we actually communicate what we mean to, and we put varying symbols on them, but the only one symbol means that we are actually communicating what we mean to.
That sounds
complicated.
complicated.
And as
We
we
are
get
in a
further,
complicated situation.
as we get further away, the frequency that he'd receive them will get further apart too.
But the
That's-
symbol would remain the same.
Let me see if there's a PF2 E equivalent of what's the spell? Illusory script.
Or sending stone.
Or sending-
Oh, that's what you were trying to say.
Yeah, there it is. Or we could just homebrew a magic item that he says, "Oh, by the way, here is my ex machina."
No,
Here's my beeper.
That would be like a level 10 item at least.
the thing about
Level 10 out of 100?
sending, there are sending stones in the game. They exist. They are high level items.
Walkie-talkies.
Yes.
Walkie-talkie.
But they're not even.
With
that
this
thing,
item,
you're
you'll be
actually-
able to both walk in opposite directions and speak with one another.
Yes, hence the walkie and the talkie.
I prefer speak and sneak.
Speak and sneak. Walkie-talkie.
I just need to be better about knowing what all's in this game.
Stroll and troll.
I mean, you haven't memorized all the spells yet, Sid?
No. Wondrous item.
Ambulate
Shell of
and
Sending.
conversate.
Oh, that's from PF1.
Swivel and drivel.
Ambulate and conversate.
Uh,
Traverse and converse.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Run and pun.
Yeah.
I really just want to say squawk and talk.
Hey.
Wait, why'd you say hey? I thought
aren't
birds
real.
squawked. Why are you? You're not a bird, are you?
Birds aren't real.
Not
Hike and
really.
hike.
Are you having fun, Jules, in your bath?
Yeah, I don't see any way that actually. For intents and purposes, unfortunately, there's not a telephone option here available at this time. I'll have to do some research. Kemmler will say though, in the meantime, while we get all this handled, perhaps take the remaining crystals, the one that you brought in your little detector device and the one that you purloined, back into the chamber where Manigal used to meditate. I would recommend that you spend some time in there. Doesn't have to all be together all at once, or if you're not feeling it, whatever. But
So-
Manigal seems
Sorry,
to...
in the chamber.
Yes. He seems to find some comfort, some centering in that space, surrounded by the shards. Perhaps you will too.
I found worse ways to spend 10 minutes. Sergio will volunteer and go first.
Okay.
Professor will follow with him.
Okay.
Oh, are we? Yeah. If you want your own alone time, that's fine. Well,
Nope.
The twins?
Wait,
Oh, that's not more awkward now.
They're
I didn't
not
mean that.
related.
I just meant
They are related, but they aren't
personally,
twins.
individually.
Very distantly.
Now I feel obligated to go.
They just,
Let go.
I call them twins because they are.
the art
and
came
not
out
just
real
because
similar.
Well, not just because of the art. This is I can show you the descriptions you guys gave me in the beginning. Like, platinum blonde hair, light colored eyes, lithe elven features. And it's just very,
Similar.
nothing wrong with that.
Twimilar.
Twimler.
Twinsies. Whenever we have the lake weekend, Cameron, we need to coordinate our outfits.
Yes, of course. I thought that went without saying.
we should all coordinate our outfits.
So the two
Have
things
photo.
that we're definitely doing on Lake Weekend. Cameron and Jonathan are twinning, and the hot sauce challenge.
The hot sauce challenge. Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
I
you were gonna
could-
say
I
circle
gotta
jerk. That
buy
was
those.
the other joke we had some sessions ago. But
What?
What?
Spice.
Spice.
We're doing the spicy challenge.
5.
I
Hot sauce.
swear that has survived almost from lake house to lake house.
Almost.
Well, we'll see.
Oh,
we still got a lot.
I
Still got a lot of
Yeah,
days
like
left for until new.
2.5
lake house.
months, 3 months, 2 months. 3 months?
1 month.
meanwhile, back at the farm.
Meanwhile. Yes. Veteran and we'll say.
Sarah.
So is everyone going to take advantage of this over the course of?
Oleander is
I
definitely
am.
going to at some point, and probably for
Yeah.
a while too.
Each of you do find some time, either in pairs or trios or alone, to go and spend, 30 minutes to an hour sitting amongst the stones. It
Johnny
seems
would
like
like to do it with Oleander,
Yeah, he
since
would.
Since Vice specifically said that like fire is both heat and light. Like he's drawing connections between which vertices might work together, and he wants to like
Okay.
try and correlate those efforts.
Yeah. The vertices, I mean the shards, they appear to be perfectly still when you're not using vertex powers near them. But upon sitting here for some time, that's not true. They just move so slowly as to be nearly imperceptible, constantly rotating. And they rotate all together, same speed.
They rotate clockwise or counterclockwise?
Depends on if you're looking at them from above or below.
What about from side on?
They rotate like this, Cameron.
I can't see the camera, so.
They rotate like this, Cameron. Um,
Watch the VOD.
Don't worry, I'll be back in a second and I'll have Sid reenact what he just did.
No, we have the technology for this. Hold on.
Oh no.
Clip
So
created.
at the end
Clip
of
that.
which time, each of you feels
Gains 450 XP.
No. So close. Gosh. Just so close.
400 XP.
No experience points, because I hate you.
Oh,
Got it on camera now.
I'm not hiding it.
clip that.
Clip it. No. Save changes.
Sorry about the baby noises.
It's okay.
She's
No,
a baby.
same.
She
Same
makes
though.
noises.
It's fine.
This is my way of introducing to you guys a concept that is a variant rule that I will be using.
Variably.
Let me make sure that it's going to work. That's accurate. It should also be true for... no, this is why I don't like this.
Sorry, so which way do they spin?
This way.
Counterclockwise.
What? It depends on if you're looking at it from below or above.
But side on. Counterclockwise.
Okay.
Unless your camera is mirrored. In which case it would be clockwise.
I want that to be a way somebody casts a spell, like just got any time spell is just making sure you're going in the right direction.
Okay, so instead of that, here's what I will do. We're coming near the end of the session. The other thing that Kemmler is able to provide to all of you from his resources here is anyone who wants one. You can all choose one of two items. Either a second level spell scroll of your choice, or a striking rune.
Or
I will
what?
take a striking rune, sir.
I will also take a striking rune.
Did I say striking rune? I didn't mean striking rune. The +1 rune.
Potency.
The potency rune.
You need to clip
Would
that.
he
He
be
did
able
say
to?
So if he didn't have the potency rune, we couldn't use the striking rune. So
Yeah, because the striking is.
Would he be able
property
to imbue that on some hand wraps for little Kidani? Would he be able to do that?
there is that one item.
It doesn't do anything for me unless I can put it on my unarmed strikes.
That is true and fair. How much do hand wraps cost?
I mean, just to give you a heads up, the hand wraps do not help elemental blast.
Something. What's going
I
on?
have-
I use
I can
unarmed strikes.
do-
I know. I'm just letting you know it does not it doesn't
Oh, the melee
Add.
one.
it doesn't add to it doesn't add to either of them because
They
they're
are
not strikes.
35 gold.
Okay.
The
can-
thimble +1.
He can have he doesn't have any hand wraps on hand. But he can have some brought with the courier from the capital. If you'd like to purchase them by catalog. And have them by Amazon and have them delivered here. Both Kijani and Kai, if you'd like to purchase hand wraps for 35 gold a piece, you can purchase hand wraps, and he will append the +1 potency rune to the hand wraps for you, and to any weapon that anybody wants if they have a weapon.
I can give 5 gold to that if we
Ceridwen?
can take 3
Ceridwen?
platinum pieces out of the.
Hey, Sarah
Yeah.
Dwayne, can we have some money from the vault?
Looks like we have 29 gold. Or
And 90 platinum.
oh, that's the platinum. Okay.
Should have
Sarah
90
Jen. Sarah Jen looks at everybody. Are we all in agreement on this?
We got the okay from Ollie. I think we don't need anybody else's approval, to be honest.
That sounds reasonable.
I don't want to be that guy in this, just so you guys know.
If it's okay with you, I mean, I think it's okay with all of us. That's all I
just-
mean.
I only
asking
need,
for a verbal approval.
yeah, I only need 3. Because I'll give 5 my own gold. So that's fine.
Sargewood will go into the coin pouch and give 3 platinum to Kijani and 3 platinum and 5 gold to non-bird Chokai.
Yes.
That's right. I will immediately hand it to Kipler.
Alright, how do I minus gold out of here?
You have to take. They have to put it on there. It's not easy. You have to put it on a character sheet and take it out. So if you remove.
Hey,
it,
you
put
could
it
do that, right?
I can. How much gold?
Sid, is this the
6 platinum, 5 gold.
is this
I
the
think-
automatic something progression?
Hypnotic.
thing?
I'm not doing that. I don't. I
Okay.
like it for the purposes of economy and not keeping track of stuff. It favors marshals though, because spellcasters don't get anything
Okay.
in its place. And
So
that-
my question is, can I get something that will assist me because I don't
Yeah, I was
have a
gonna
weapon?
say,
I know
if-
so-
yeah. If there's a second level item that is common, that is around that gold value, you just run it by me, and I'm sure that Kimler could.
Okay.
I'm not sure what would be good for you.
So it's a hand wraps of mighty blows,
Ah.
and then I need to put something on it.
Yes, so +1
I-
potency rune.
I need a second level spell.
Yes, one that would be on your spell list, so you could learn it theoretically.
So arcane or occult.
How do I add a potency rune to this?
I didn't see that either.
Under precious material and runes, go to property rune and go down, and it should be. Oh, I see pacifying. I don't see potency.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
fundamental.
fundament- yeah, I don't see fundamental rune as a.
Hold on, do I have these turned off? Toggle variant rules. Ah, yes. Do not use automatic bonus progression. Here we go. Save changes. Go back and do it again.
Ayo!
Potency
Plus
rune,
1.
Nice, +1.
Does this make it a magic
I-
weapon?
Yeah,
I'm
I'd like
asking because
some
I'm dumb.
help with that when I return from putting chicken in the oven.
Yeah,
And
Kai.
So, in terms of and just so you know, Sid, it actually won't change much. Never mind. It's a 33 increase in value on my weapon, turning it into a rapier with the +1 is 35 gold.
Yeah.
As well.
So would the wraps have been 35 without the rune?
Yes, the hand wraps cost 35 gold.
No, so the hand
Standard
reps,
hand
they
wraps?
they are hand
They're
reps of
hand
mighty.
reps of
That's
mighty
that's
blows.
why if you're supplementing the rune, that's what I'm trying to tell you too. Like, they are equal cost to this with the rune attached.
Because I didn't do anything to it. Whenever you did whatever you did, it automatically put the rune on there.
Okay. The hand wraps are always +1s.
They are at the lowest level. The lowest level you can have hand wraps is this item that is the
They
same
don't come
as
at
a.
plus 0. Yeah, okay, I get it.
That's just your fist.
Okay. Yeah, that seems reasonable. You can have that 60, 70 gold back,
Okay.
John.
Yeah.
I
Well-
deleted it out of my character sheet.
I will add 5 gold because I used 5 of my own gold. You can add 3 platinum back.
To my character sheet to add to that character sheet.
Yes.
Oops.
If you can hear my sync, I am sorry. Please mute me.
How
You
dare
could-
you?
It's unsinkable.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's
Not even from Cameron.
unsinkable.
That's fucked up.
Gets the hand wraps of mighty blows and apply it here, and you can invest in it and also equip it. All right, you're done.
You're done.
Yay!
Done.
Old school. All right, guys. Cam still has to pick a spell. Topher still has to pick a magic item of 2nd level. But otherwise, you know, feel free to kind of research that and look through that over the course of the week. I believe we are meeting next week. Yes, I don't have anything on this whole month that would prevent us from meeting unless you guys tell me.
I
Jerry,
will
you-
not be next week.
Not on the 10th?
No, it's only the 9th.
Oh, for Jerry. Okay, Cam, you're not gonna be here the 10th.
I won't be here the 10th, and I think I'm starting nights for the 17th. I might be gone for 2 weeks.
Okay,
Awkward.
no worries.
Sorry.
And I will not be here the 31st. I'll be in New Orleans. So,
Concrete jungle where dreams are made.
I don't think that.
wait a minute. That doesn't
I
sound
don't think
familiar.
don't
You
think
started
that-
that song, and I was like, "Concrete? Is that what they call New Orleans?"
No,
Concrete
I
jungle.
know. I was like, I was wondering who would catch it.
But I'm not meant to withstand hurricanes.
Oh no, too soon. Wait.
20
That
years.
was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like Robin Williams. Too soon.
Always. Yeah.
Always.
Bye, Twitch.
Bye,
Twitch.
Twitch.
The-
Catch you guys next week.